ain't want nobody pick your friends for you. Choose your own friends, nigga. Choose your weapons and choose your enemies, man.
Preach!
Stay down with what you down with.
But now.
I'm talking about.
You know how we motherfucking do, nigga. It's damage control. Motherfuckers see a nigga coming out, niggas wanna try to shut a nigga down there. If I was dead broke, they wouldn't be worrying about me locally. You know what I mean? Nigga do a little couple units on the DVD, get a deal. Nigga, action on the plate. Where I'm from, yo, niggas never snitch. The only time I took the stand is for fucking with a bitch. Understanding about the rights and wrong, she did the wrong thing. Barked up the wrong ladder, slid across the wrong swing. Understand my niggas, when the feds come, the feds rush. I'm giving y'all the blueprint, this is not a state bus. I'm giving you the truth, it's all facts. They had videotapes and they had our phones tapped. So what am I to do? Point a finger not? Told you I never talked to cops. Told them I ain't seen a shot.
Cause nigga, I'm from the streets.
Understand it's a bigger plot. I'm the starter, niggas watch. Understand my niggas cop.
Nigga, I'm from the streets.
I was your boy, you was my girl. But you label me a snitch when everybody know you snitched on world. Two sides to every story, but mine is much deeper. We fucked up by letting the bitch be a leader. Had niggas walking around with holes in their sneakers. And this is not an album joint, this is just a leaker. Same shit, different day, I know right now. Big is turning in his grave. How we went our separate ways. I was once your brother and you was once my sister. Without fucking and kissing you, now I gotta dish ya. This beef is personal like Kobe and Shaq. So what I say, nigga, I won't take back.
Cause nigga, I'm from the streets.
Where we from, nigga? We don't get down like that.
Cause nigga, I'm from the streets.
How the fuck you look like telling on somebody? And not niggas up there popping
Cause
on.
nigga, I'm from the streets.
They rock, see gutter, nigga, what up?
Know where we at?
I'm from the hood,
Cause
nigga.
nigga, I'm from the streets.
Outsiders, nigga. We outside, nigga. We ain't hiding. Yo.
Nobody, nigga.
Cause nigga, I'm from the streets. I know the code, don't rather talk to the police. The feds is even worse, and my story more deep. Got the word, man, I couldn't sleep. All this over bitch beef. Yeah, that flow tough, but you know, man, the bitch weak. I never turn on family, that's far from gangster. But they got us in the papers, you know, I got elation. We all came up together, big put us on. And you ain't been the same since my nigga been gone. Calling us rat, no bitch, you're dead wrong. I'ma give it to you real, James Cruz told it all. And that's 100 raw, you keep it real with who? You ain't been fucking with us, and we ain't been fucking with you. So I read your magazine interview bullshit quotes. You don't wanna hear your name, the realest shit I ever wrote. It's an ugly situation, I'ma leave it at that. But if you shoot at me, I'm gon' shoot back. Cause nigga, I'm from the street.
Down like that.
Cause nigga, I'm from the streets.
Man, with me staying behind them, keeping their shit pumping, they gonna be dope. I'm gonna get them a record deal. JM representing BK to the fullest.
Biggie was laid to rest today in a ceremony that focused more on the life he wanted to live instead of the one he often glorified.
Got a few whips from the streets, motherfucker. Got a deal. Everybody mad again.
That's just what we do, man.
I ain't even mad though.
Mafia gang.
Chronicles Part 2, boy. You know what it is. Your man Kiss, they had me on the end, you know, sounding like I was far away or locked down or something on the first one. You'll see. You know what I'm saying? This one is real live footage of your boy.
They say your boy is a snitch, man.
That can never be the case. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people. I'm glad we got these DVD shits is taking over anyway, so you can really, the whole world can get to see and hear a nigga's real side of it. Cause you know the media and the magazines, all them shits be one-sided sometimes. They only, whoever get up there first, is their story versus yours. But when you got a hot DVD and you got all the real life footage right there, you can tell the people what it is. And that's what y'all gonna see on Chronicles Part 2. You already know, Caesar Leo, B.I.G. for life. Could never be no ratting or none of that.
How about Bang?
Some shit get misconstrued. Bang too, you know, the whole Mafia. Ratting ain't even a part of the, you know, that ain't in the script, man. Anything else, niggas will sit in jail, niggas will kill niggas, stab niggas, but that ain't part of what it is, so, you know. But it just be a lot of hating motherfuckers that can't wait to tag a nigga with something, because they doing bad. You know, My Downfall Part 2.
Rock doing 5, Gutter got 10. They trying to keep a nigga out, you trying to send a nigga in.
What up, world? It's your boy Sway. You know how we do from the TV to the radio. Today, I'm here on this DVD for the Junior Mafia because of the love I got from Notorious B.I.G. So it's a lot of questions that people want to know. It's a lot of questions that I want to know. And I'm going to sit down and ask them these questions so then we can get the true story, transcripts from the trial, everything that was really said, and then you can make a judgment for yourself for making moves. Bolo Entertainment, boom.
It's your boy Henry Mafia. Holla at your boy Lil Cease.
Shouts out to the whole Junior Mafia, the whole movement, you know what I'm saying?
What's the deal, your girl? You watching the Chronicles?
Now, let me show you something, though. Let me show you something real fast. Let me show you how scared people is these days, right? Lawsuits. For a DVD I ain't even finished yet. Let me show y'all what this say right here. Let me find the page. Look, for the Chronicle of the Junior Mafia Part 2 Reloaded. She ain't even out yet. Look who's suing me, y'all. Kimberly Jones. Lil Kim. See this? See this, a gangster bitch and all that? You know, look, she's trying to get some bread. Look at that. Lil Kim against Mr. Lloyd. Look, she's suing me for a DVD I ain't even put out yet. That's how fair y'all is to this DVD. So y'all knowing, we doing it now. It ain't even out yet. I'm getting sued for it already. Damn, let a nigga try to eat. I've been doing this shit my whole career, man. Niggas been trying to shut niggas down. These motherfuckers claim they're millionaires and they're gangsters. Why you want about my broke ass? I'm still in the hood. I'm out.
Okay, Rue, what is this you have in your hand right now?
I was reading this. Cease got this in the mail. Somebody handed it to his sister. It's a lawsuit from Kim.
Last time I saw Big alive, it was me, you, and Big
chilling
in San Francisco.
I'm gonna continue to keep making those songs that make you dance and make you groove. And I'm here, me and my man Caesar Leo. We're just gonna do our thing forever.
We had just did me and King Tex Wake Up show in L.A. That weekend prior. Then y'all came up to the Bay, and I was going back and forth doing radio in there. And we ended up doing what ultimately ended up being Big's last radio. That was his last interview.
Last one.
Which is, you know, we had no idea at the time. Now, I met Big when Big first came out and Craig Mack was doing the tour.
Yeah, that's what first.
Stand-up guy. Big probably had the biggest heart, and I'm not saying this, may he rest in peace, because he's no longer with us physically, in the physical form, but the man was arguably the most talented rapper to ever pick up a microphone.
For sure.
Good-hearted dude, regardless of whatever his street work was.
Good-hearted nigga.
Good-hearted dude. And he built a really strong, powerful legacy that even to this day in 2005, you feel like Biggie is still alive. You hear his records all over the radio. He created the Junior Mafia, right? He put everybody on. He walked y'all through the front doors, wrote lyrics, did everything. Helped, did it all for you. Cease, the man has to be turning over in his grave.
Oh, that's no question about it.
Right now. I mean, yeah, potentially this could tarnish, it could hurt. Are you concerned that this can tarnish his legacy? The fact that his proteges are no longer speaking.
Yeah.
Over what, really? Really over what? You know what I mean? It ain't, you know.
Nothing.
His legacy is being touched. I mean, do you think about that when you saw Kim in the court that day and realized, look how far this shit has gone? And what kind of thoughts?
I mean, everybody got feelings, dog. You know what I mean? I can sit here and talk all this tough shit all day. You know what I mean? But hell yeah, man, because that ain't how it's supposed to be. One thing he preached in us was keeping the family tight, as far as your unit, dog. Like, treat your friends like you treat your relatives, like, you know, like your brother. Love your man like you love your brother.
Why is it that you chose to do this interview, do this DVD?
Because it was necessary, man. Because I had to really let people know what really happened. That shit was really fucking up a lot of business for me. And nobody look at it like that, because you know what? How this world is fixed is to love misery. Everybody love you when you down. You know, if you up, you got millions of dollars, they got everything to say about you. But when you broken, you fucked up, you in that same circle with them, they at ease now. You know what I mean? Because you're still in tune with them. So that's kind of like how this case flipped around. You know what I mean? Kim flipped it around the way that she can look like this ultimate big rider for niggas. And being that we was coming up, rising, DVD, so when the shit was going good, we got a record deal again. This is something that really just put the stamp right back down on us. And I looked at that shit like, that's why I was more harsh than some of the things I'd done. When I made my Damage Control record, I responded. I threw shots at her because I was pissed, because at the end of the day, you fucking up, not even my career, you can fuck up my life. It's niggas that take snitching shit to the heart.
People throw the word around like it is just, you know, air, man. You know what I'm saying? Putting that on someone, regardless of what their background is real serious, man. People die from being told, you know, called snitches. People die from calling people snitches.
I was getting death threats in the papers and shit like that, like putting that out. Like, yo, there's a hit on that nigga head. He went out on Kim and this and that. And I'm like, yo, this shit really fucking me up. I go to certain radio stations, motherfuckers don't want to play my shit because they like, yo, that shit got to be clear with you and Kim. You know what I mean? Like, motherfuckers I used to be cool with before. Like, I've been in this game since 92, 93. Some of the people that grew, I watched grow. Some people I grew before they grew. And these the motherfuckers looking at me now like, you got to clear your name up.
In my opinion, based on what I read, and I don't mean the newspaper, the real transcripts, it seemed to me that they were asking this guy questions to try to probably turn this into a second perjury case. Like, all right, you dumbass nigga, let me see you get up here and tell some fucking lies. You know what I mean? So you be sitting on the same side of the table as your friend over there.
And what happens is you find yourself in a situation where it's a tremendous amount of focus and pressure on you to perform and to perform right. And oftentimes it's a situation where you're not informed what you're really there for. And you know, you can say something and find yourself the focus of an investigation as well.
Sold millions of records that could just sit here and get this person do this and that. I had to find a way to do this shit on my own. I said, no, I gotta put a DVD out and let people know what it is, because I couldn't get the help.
If Lil Cease was to pull up on 125th Street with a motherfucking Lamborghini, y'all wouldn't give a fuck. Y'all be run up on him and you want to take pictures with him and you want to get his autograph and all that old dumb shit. So stop fronting. It only matters to people who live that life. And that's the truth of the matter.
Look, man, hip-hop is a blessing for God. A lot of player haters out here, but you can't play a hater on this stuff. You gotta stand up and be straight. Walk that straight path.
That's right.
You gotta get some paper, but get it the right way.
Get it the right way.
Peace.
The Junior Mafia, the first shit already put the streets on slam. If you ain't had a first shit, you a bum-ass nigga out the gate. Part 2 is gonna be crazy because I'm on it. My nigga Cease is on it. Banger's on it. You know what I'm saying? The whole crew, nigga. The only niggas that still run the streets in Brooklyn, still walk the streets in Brooklyn is like it's nothing.
Puff ain't here, Kim ain't here. Y'all still gonna do this, right?
Of course. What you think?
This ain't Mafia. We back. We back.
Yo, it's the M.A.F.I.A. back again, baby. And yo, it's Caesar Lee, bang bang, cheek down back. We in the house.
A snitch to me is somebody that's ratting like that a rat out like a person, individual that's doing something wrong or dirty, and when something it's like an eyewitness. Like a right there on the right there when the situation, when the crime happened, and point the finger and say, there he go right there, that's who did it, and go to the stand, get on the stand and be like, that person right there did the shooting, I seen him do it, he had a gun in his hand, he was doing it, he was right there, it was him, and I was right there. That's a snitch to me.
If you're from the streets and you know what a snitch is somebody that'll get themselves out of something and put somebody else into something. You know what I mean? It was clear to me from my lawyer and from the prosecution that I wasn't a target to lock up in the first place. And for the record, I didn't have no prior cases before that, so it wasn't like I worked out a deal with them. I didn't have no case. I'm on probation right now for an old case I had. So I report to a probation officer once a month, every month. So people were sitting there saying, oh, we worked out deals to tell on Kim, but at the end of the day, we've been investigated from this case from like about 3 years. So every time I got arrested prior to anything besides this case, I got questioned about this case. You know what I mean? I never gave no statements, no nothing, until I got subpoenaed to come to this case. And I knew what to say. At the end of the day, I knew I didn't see nothing to incriminate nobody.
Kim went to jail because Kim failed to say something. You know what I mean? And I don't mean she failed to tell on somebody. I mean, perjury is when you give false testimony. False testimony is a lie. You know what I mean? If you tell them that you don't know somebody and then they prove you do know them, or you tell them that you didn't see somebody somewhere and they find out that you did see them and they prove it, that's perjury.
Perjury is when you testify under oath to something that's not true, and you do it intentionally. But it also is if you testify under oath that something is absolutely true when you do not know it to be absolutely true. That's also perjury, because you are not stating under oath something that you know to be a fact. You are saying something you're not sure of. That is also perjury. And most people don't realize that.
Yo, you know my dudes is crazy real. Roll with guns like Navy SEAL. My unit G's like Shady Bills. Blaze a deal for crazy bills. Still rob you for 80 bills. Up and down this crazy hill. I take a penny out of dead man's eye just to pay my fucking bills. Load of guns, I come back. Pop your head right out your hat. Put your chest up in your back. Hit your legs right off the track. Niggas know no stopping that. The M.A.F.I.A is back. For the streets, that we eat. Every gun is on my back. Around the world, forth and back. Stadiums, I kept them packed. Front the back, right the left. Niggas blood is gangsta rap. Brooklyn boys always attack. Caesar Lisa gone to rap. Big die, Jay retired. Now the East is on my back. The rap don't work, I got that, yeah. Got that shit to 4K. Hit me up, hit you back. I get you that in a half a day. Nigga, just meet me halfway. Long as you have all my pay. Now or never get this cheddar. Nigga, let's do this right away, cuz
that's what it is, dawg. That's what it is, man. We riding big hoes on them big things. Big diamonds, big pieces on them big chains.
The difference between a person being a real live G, a real live hustler, you know what I'm saying, and not being. And the determining factor being not how well he rode high, but how well he handled his lows. And that's the defining, moment, when you find out what a cat is really made of. And when we started telling cats, it's not all right to idolize a dude or a female in light of them compromising their self-respect and, their standings in the hood or so forth or whatever. Then people started saying, yeah, true, yeah, man, yeah, that snitch shit is whack, man, yeah, no snitching, man, that snitching is whack. And then Stop Snitching shirts started popping up all over the place. And, I mean, we can't say we weren't happy to see that. But like anything, you have to have a perspective. You have to have some sort of a basis, a foundation for any ideology. Now, being a street person, or formerly a street person, when I was in the street and I was interacting on whatever level, whether it was a business level or a confrontation level with somebody in the street, I knew what to expect. I knew what I was supposed to expect. If I got into an altercation or disagreement with someone in the street, I did not expect them to call the cops. I expected them to come and deal with it on the street. Now, if there was a person who was not on the street, say a civilian as we refer to him, if they had a problem with something that was going on with me or my business, I expected them to, ultimately call the cops if we couldn't meet some mutual agreement or some resolve, you know what I mean? So that is one thing. All you people running around out there talking about snitch this and snitch that, snitch this ain't got nothing to do with you. Nothing at all. You are a spectator in that sport. Because everybody knows that when things happen, y'all call the police. You dial 911. Are you a snitch? And that's what this is all about. We're trying to figure out, what is a snitch? What is a snitch, man? Is a snitch the lady who lives on the first floor on the block that you hustle on, and she asks you, please don't stand in front of my house with that, and then you continue to stand there because you have little to no regard for what she's saying, because she ain't from the street, and what she gonna do, pull a gun? But then she calls the cops because she's not gonna pull a gun. She's going to call the cops because she's not in the street. Is she a snitch? No, she's not a snitch. She's a civilian. That's what she does. She calls the cops. It doesn't occur to her to pull out a gun or call her crew or, you know what I mean? She's not a snitch. Now, that's my opinion. You know, I feel qualified to assert such an opinion because of my background, you know? Now, if a person is doing something with me or doing what I do on the street and say they're hustling on one and I'm hustling on the other and I'm out hustling them and they call the cops, that's a snitch. He's a snitch because he's supposed to operate within the parameters that are set by the street and the game itself. Anybody that does not live their life within those parameters is not expected or should not be expected to operate by those rules.
As far as I see it, man, niggas ain't no snitches, but I got a list of snitches right here, you know. Let me see if his name is on it. Because I carry this shit around, man. If anything happened to me, they gonna read this list. It starts from the fucking at least 1980 to right now. Let me see. Lil Cease, hold on. Nah, he didn't make my list. So that shit could be bullshit, man.
You walk around with that shit, huh?
Hell yeah, if anything happened to me, I got the snitch list, man. I want these niggas finished.
TS nigga, man. Those that don't know, terror squad nigga. Brad's don't assassinate niggas' characters, man, because it's dangerous, man. Be focused, man, because he gonna be on the Kill on Rad DVD with exclusive paperwork. It's gonna be crazy.
Y'all tell me what happened after that, all right?
I asked someone today, after reading the transcripts from that trial, I asked someone today, and this is not all the transcripts, of course, I've been reading them for the last week or so. I said, did Lil Cease snitch? And they said, yeah. And I said, how you know? And they said, because I read it in the newspaper. I said, but how do they know? And they didn't know how they knew. They said, if I read it in the newspaper, this is a quote, if I read it in the newspaper, then I figured it must be true. Now, we all know that's a little naive, because you'll pick what you think is true, and then you'll separate that from what you think is not true, depending on wherever your frame of mind is and whatever happens to be important to you. Now, if Big was still around, nobody would be believing that Cease was a snitch. I'm not going to try to tell you one way or the other what you should think. I can make my own deductions based on the information that's been made available to me. I read a good portion of the transcripts. And when Cease was being questioned in this particular section here, for instance, he said, did you see Kimberly Jones, who sits here, or Damian Butler, greet one another at all on that date, the day of the shooting? Cease's answer was, from what I remember, no. So it's fair to say, Mr. Lloyd, being there on that day, that you never saw Kimberly Jones and Damian Butler exchange words or words with each other, either before going into the studio and after leaving the studio. From what I remember, no. And isn't it true that you didn't even hear the word hi or hello at all? From what I remember, no. And isn't it true that you also told the grand jury? The judge stops him and says, no, he told it there. You don't have to impeach him because he said it. This is Mel Sachs, this is Lil Kim's lawyer. Yes, sir, Your Honor. No prior inconsistent statements, is the judge. Let's just move on. Mel Sachs is asking the question again. Now, when you were outside of the studio and those shots were being fired, right? When shots were being fired, you didn't see any gun or guns. No, I didn't, Lil Cease says. And was Kimberly Jones right near you at that time? From what I remember, yes. And isn't it true that right when the shots were heard, she immediately fell to the ground? Isn't that true? Now, I read Kim's transcripts too. And Kim said, yeah, when I heard the shots, I think I might have been signing some autographs or doing a drop for somebody, and I heard the shots, and my friend Monique jumped on top of me, took me to the ground. So that pretty much coincides with what he said. Shots were fired, Kim hits the ground, all right? So then I read on, because to be honest with you, I'm looking for the section in which people get the impression that Cease snitched. I'm looking for that. All right. So I read on and I get to a point, and this is, again, Kim's lawyer speaking. Let me just ask you this. As you sit here today, at the time of this incident, this shooting incident, do you remember whether or not Kimberly Jones said anything to you? Cease says, to me? Yes. The lawyer says, from my knowledge, no, I don't remember. That's what Cease says. Now, finally, you saw a videotape 2 weeks ago, correct? Yes. And when this videotape was shown to you, that was a way of you being able to look back and see what happened and help you remember what occurred. True? Cease says, yes, sir.
But had you not contradicted her with her statement and said, you know what, I don't know if the dude was there or not, could that have helped Kim?
Nah, because they got a tape.
So it is fair to say that once you saw the videotape and it was shown to you and you went over it with the prosecutors in the case, that was able to help you remember who was there and what happened. Cease said yes. I don't imagine that anybody under those circumstances would have said any more or less asked the same questions. Did the videotape help you remember what happened? Because you're on it. Yeah, the videotape helped you remember what happened.
If something happened in here, you know what I mean, I go shoot a motherfucker in there, come back in here. As long as this tape rolling, this is the evidence. So if the police snatch you up one day and go, yo, was you with Cease this day? And you go, no comment. I plead the fifth. They go sit there and go, so ain't this you and him right here talking on this tape? So I'm just asking you if you know him. Was he there? Was he there? Why you gonna plead the fifth to that? I got you right here on tape with him. I can't plead the fifth to that. How can I plead the fifth and say, yo, did you know Damian Butler? I go, nah, I plead the fifth to that. They say and play your phone conversation with you talking to him while he incarcerated. I'll show you a video with him that was done in 95. Show you on stage with this nigga at this show in 94. Show you with him and Biggie, like.
They had all that.
They had everything, dog. They had all that. They had the tape of that day. They had the tax papers. They had Rock paperwork that was at Queen B saying that he was Rock management. He had a management company through Queen B. So when this case first came about with Kim, what they did, they went and raided that office first and got all that paperwork. Hillary Weston, she worked with Kim. They charged her for tampering with evidence, like she was in there trying to destroy all the paperwork. That's how she got charged. She copped out right before the trial. Rock copped out before the trial. Gutter copped out before the trial even began.
How can she be protecting us if she ain't put us on that she was being subpoenaed for the grand jury? You know, then, you know, I'm finding out now that when she was on trial about I'm extorting my man and he stole her jewelry, that's snitching right there. It's whether we did it or not, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like, what type of shit?
For the record, you know what I'm saying? How could I be extorting my man? Me and him been down since 1987. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what she...
Her shit, you need to holler at her two homegirls that was there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah?
Uh-huh. I dig what you're saying.
All that she talking about, you know, who's telling on who? You know what I'm saying? If you saying I'm extorting, that's a racketeering charge. You know what I mean?
So she went there saying you was extorting Rock in court.
Yeah.
They subpoenaed some nigga from the jail that sat there and showed the paperwork that she came to see you up there. That's the first question they asked her. No, she went there saying she ain't know you, but they asked her why she went to the island to go see C Gutter. And that's when she went and told the niggas that you was extorting Rock and all that woo shit.
I mean, like I said, man, that's snitching right there. You know what I'm saying? Whether I'm extorting or not, that's snitching. You telling the people that's trying to prosecute you that I'm extorting somebody, that's an A1 felony, first of all, and that's racketeering charge. I don't pick out the gun. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So the gun with extortion adds up to racketeering. You know what I'm saying? That's the RICO Act.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, for you to say something like that, you put my life in jeopardy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could be in a situation where I'll never come home from the penitentiary.
And Kim still took this case to trial. Your trial was lost the minute you went to trial because you sitting here on trial for saying you didn't know somebody that already copped out to being there. So why would you still take that case to trial? Like, you don't know your lot blown already? Like, you going on trial, this is what they're charging you for lying to a grand jury saying that you didn't see this person here all day. And this person, we got up here to cop out and admit to it that he was there, he fired off this weapon, and he going to try to get his time and go do what he got to do.
And Duke's the bottom line, yeah, they want to assassinate niggas, but they don't want to tell what's going on with her. Like your individual case, like, okay, now the big boys got you in the predicament, now they put your back against the wall because they got somebody that you know. Now you gonna give us some information. So therefore, being that season them ain't no public figure, being that they ain't got the top lawyers like she got, lawyers ain't connected with the post, we could down these niggas. Cause the bottom line of the whole case is, they don't say shit about what Kim saying in court. They talking about what season them say. Bitch, how you put us on the stand and the niggas that did this shooting, they ain't even got us on the stand? So if people look at the outcome, how the fuck is these niggas wrong? The niggas that did this shooting ain't even bring these niggas on the stand. You the bitch that ain't speaking to niggas, that told niggas you don't want nothing to do with them. You put niggas on the stand, expect niggas to know, oh, Kim gonna lie. Oh, matter of fact, we're gonna change that story because Kim ain't say that, so we're gonna change that story for her. For what?
Describe the courtroom scene and then when you guys first caught eyes, because I know at some point y'all looked at
I was pissed the fuck off, B. I'm mad. Like, why the fuck I'm in this predicament? Like, any day in my life, I ain't think I'd never have to be on the stand. That's why people looking at it that way as in telling, because the nigga don't post where we from. No matter if you understand, period, they consider you as a snitch. No matter if you got out there and help somebody. Niggas don't believe you're supposed to be on the stand, period. But then I'm stuck between the rock and the hard place. I'm like, damn, so if I don't sit here and do this shit, it's like I really just be going straight to jail for just nothing. We done did a bunch of dirt out here, a bunch of shit. I never had to reach that far. And I'm sitting up here on the stand for a perjury case. There's times where I got locked up, man, for busting guns. My niggas was out there shooting at Hot 97. They don't have me on the stand. I'm up here for something this little, like with this girl lying. And I'm just sitting there, all of a sudden, like, damn, we gonna really say just go to jail for nothing? For her anyway, when she not even fucking with us. She made that clear in her testimony and on trial.
What do you mean?
Like, she got up there and they asked her, so what's your status with them? Oh, them dudes are just loyal to me. That's why they up here now on the stand, because I kicked them out the house. I got tired of taking care of them, doing this and that. Like, you up there telling these people that, like, they really give a fuck about that. First of all, you're not on trial for telling them how you feel about us or having a disagreement with us. You're not on trial for that. But she went up there doing that to make it seem like that's why we was up there testifying. I wasn't up there for that. I was up there because I fucking got subpoenaed.
You're notified that you have to be in court at a certain time for a particular event that's taking place, a trial or a hearing of some sort. You are given adequate notice, usually 5 days, and you have to be there. You are required to be there because that's what makes our system work.
Did she look you in your eye?
Yeah,
Did you guys look each other in your eye?
She looked me in the eye because it was at one point where the prosecutor asked me. No, her lawyer had asked me. You know what I mean? After the prosecutors examined me, then her lawyer get up and ask me questions. So he asked me. He told me. He said, "Isn't it the fact that once this case was going to trial, after the prosecutors, everybody let you see all the evidence, that your story changed?" I got up there and I said, "Yeah."
What was your story before you saw the evidence?
I didn't remember so much. I didn't remember. I can't even tell you that whole day right now. I can tell you now because after all the shit I saw the whole shit all over again. But before that, I couldn't remember to tell you who came upstairs or who was downstairs. They asked you the D-Rock come upstairs. I don't remember. I remember I was upstairs. Then when me and Kim went upstairs, we was up there hosting the radio. I could tell you that. I remember when you came back downstairs. They asked you when you came back downstairs who was there. But as far as I remember, because you're not lying when you say as far as I remember. You're not saying you did or you like, yo, from what I remember, this is who was there or this is who was there. So once the case went to trial and Kim didn't subpoena us and they did, so now it's looking like we government witness because they subpoenaing us. So when they subpoenaed me and my lawyer, we went there. Now they showing me everything. They showing me the tape of how now I know, oh, right there, Rock did go upstairs with us. Come downstairs, oh yeah, damn, Rock did come downstairs with us. Oh yeah, damn, Gutter was there. Was there. Now I'm seeing everything. So when he asked me that on the stand, I said then I admitted. Yes, I did. Of course my story changed now because they showing me all this shit they got. So why would I just get up there and lie now knowing that they can sit here and lock me up with a perjury case right after that? And I don't have no money to fight the case. At the end of the day, once this case all over, Kim ain't fucking with me. So why would I say just put myself in jail, just wrap myself up for nothing? Just for a mistake you made. It ain't like you did nothing. And I got a record. I have a felony. So if I go to jail, I'm going to do some time. You got 20 years and out of it, what you got? A day. Out of that day, she gonna do 80% of the time. She might do 8 months. Come right home. Me, I'd have been in there for about 7, 8 years. Just for nothing. For nothing. For some shit that I knew my niggas already tried to save me from getting into.
Well, let me ask you this. Try to see it from an outside perspective. Can you see why people would think that, man, it's Cease and these guys that they snitch on Kim, or you don't see it?
I don't see it like that because I don't get that much when I'm there. And where I'm at, it's not but real motherfuckers that done lived that type of shit, went through it, know what it is. You know what I mean? It's a bunch of niggas I run around with just came home from feds jail. They could tell you, ain't no beating the feds, man. I'll show you some paperwork. 1% of the state beat fed cases. Only 1% that beat it ever was John Gotti. Beat the fed case one time.
The winning rate for the federal prosecutors is about 95 to 98% of the time they win. Most cases plead out or make some type of deal.
They don't care. Prosecutors only want convictions. That's all they care about. All they care about is the score at the end of the day, like anybody else, you know? So to believe everything you read without researching or going into depth is in and of itself complete and utter foolishness. The only thing that adds further injury to that insult is when you go and you push that. You go and you perpetuate those misconceptions or those thoughts or whatever without doing any research.
Martha Stewart, way bigger person than Kim. They sent her ass to jail. So what make you think they're gonna look at Kim any different? Because she's a fucking rapper? Because she's B.I. protege? Because she been on this cover magazine and she did this and did that? They don't give a fuck about that. At the end of the day, they're charged with something. They're gonna try to send you to jail. And then I don't know how people can look at it that way when every fucking news channel made it clear that why would she take this to trial with all this evidence? We ain't had to get up there and say nothing. There could be 40 people up there saying that Kim Rock was not there, but that tape proved 40 motherfuckers wrong.
And then 40 people would have went to jail for perjury. All people see is that Kim is about to be locked up. Sounds like she wasn't trying to give out information to incriminate somebody. Cease and them are out, they free, and they must have cooperated. Kim is being locked up because she said she didn't
know two people. She said no. She said one person wasn't there. This used to be her manager.
Which one? D?
That's D-Rock.
D-Rock. She said
she
D-Rock
didn't see D-Rock that entire day.
Mm-hmm.
And then she said they showed her a picture of C. Gutter. That's Steve Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
She said she don't remember his name. She said I saw him before, but I don't know him like that. Mm-hmm. This is a dude that got Rock Security. He had a security company in his name, under Queen B, under her company. She went in there and she told them people that I saw him before, but I can't give you his name. I don't know him.
If you make a mistake, it's fine. Own up to the mistake. If you perpetuate the mistake, then you have now formulated intent to lie. And when you formulate the intent to lie and perpetuate the lie, then you're in serious problems.
Man, see a nigga moving, ain't nothing changed, you know what I mean? I'm gonna let y'all know some real shit. We just fucking around the cam on a late night. Hey yo, don't think cause I rap and get high all the time, I won't grip the 9 and put one up in your spine. I'll stop you from walking, shoot you in your mouth and stop you from talking. That box you get tossed in, dressed up neatly for fucking with a BG. That's I'm ready to die like Big first CD. Told you I was coming, you niggas didn't believe me. Knocked down the door to this game so easy. Popped a few niggas they call NYPD. Mafia the realest gang you see on TV. Beat you down, stab you up, gun you down. My niggas don't give a fuck. The only time I work out is when I lift the 8. Have my bullets coming sets 2, 4, 6, and 8s. 10, 12, 14, 16 in the clip. Empty it out and send a nigga deeper than 6 when I gun you down. Yeah, nigga, I gun you down. I leave holes in your sweater. Yeah, know what I mean? It's in the city. Know what I mean? Shout out to all my niggas on phone, my nigga Mooch, my nigga Nino. Shout out to my nigga Clap, my nigga Bang Bang, General, the Mafia gang, my nigga Free, my nigga Rule, my nigga Henny Los, my nigga Cavario, Left Rack, you know what I mean? Shout out to my nigga Hal, just came home for doing a dime. Shout out to my nigga C Gun and D-Rock, you know what I mean? Niggas sitting up north in feds right now, doing what they do, you feel me? Much love, my nigga, you know if I'm popping, you popping, you feel me?
Explain to you, man. How you gonna tell on somebody ain't do nothing? You ain't do nothing. Dummy.
I'm up here doing good. I had me a record deal and a DVD out. You know what I mean? My shit is all right now. Here I go with a fucking slam door on my face. For some dumb shit.
What about that? Did they ask you, did you see him shoot?
Exactly, and I said no. Let anybody show you my testimony. I didn't see nobody with a pistol. I wouldn't begin to get up there and lie and say, I did saw somebody with a pistol, no matter what nobody else said. They copped out to the case, admitting to what they done.
This was before you were subpoenaed?
Yeah, this before I was subpoenaed. They already admitted to being there.
Okay.
See, people don't know that's what Kim is charged for. When Kim tried to go out there, she tried to go put it out there like the feds and this hip-hop pro, they're against me and this and that. It wasn't nothing like that. She wasn't a target. They asked her about 2 people, and that's how she got involved in the case. Because they asked her about 2 people that they knew she was lying about, and that's how she got charged. Kim don't have a criminal case. She has a perjury case. That means she got caught lying. The questions they was asking her was shit that they already knew. They asking her, did Rock come upstairs with her? Did you see Damian Butler anytime that day? They asking her that because they had a camera sitting right on top of the building.
So what kind of evidence, usually what the feds do, before they ask you in a situation like this, before you even have to testify, don't they present you with the evidence that they have,
that's
like videotapes?
Yeah. Like before you
documentation.
Go to trial,
did they present Kim?
They presented Kim all that.
You were actually subpoenaed to testify too, right? But you didn't actually get a chance to testify.
No.
But you went down to the courthouse, right?
Yeah.
Were you there at the same time Kim was there?
Yeah. When I went down to the courthouse, it wasn't for the state. It was because Kim lawyer called me down to testify for them. Kim and Monique's lawyer.
On her behalf.
The feds, the state subpoenaed me and questioned me and shit. But I guess whatever I said, they couldn't use it. So whatever I said would have helped Kim and them in a kind of way. So her lawyer made the judge subpoena me for me to come down and testify for her. But when I got there and her lawyer spoke to me, I guess he must have felt that I could damage his case too.
What happened? What did the lawyer say to you?
He basically, when they asked me who was there at the place, at Hot 97, it was like I told him who was there, but I didn't remember seeing Gutter there. So that could have helped her case. But then it would have kind of helped Monique's case. But at the same time, it wouldn't help Kim's case because she said she didn't know Gutter. So if she would have said, I don't remember seeing Gutter, then my testimony could have helped her. But she said she don't know him, so that's different. So it was like the state wanted me to say I was there or whatever and who was there and everything. And basically say she was there with Rock and with Gutter. But I remember seeing Rock, but I didn't remember seeing Gutter that day. So they couldn't really use me because they said that kind of could help her. So her lawyer got me subpoenaed to help this case. But when I got there, I guess he ain't like what I said to him.
What did you say to Kim's lawyer?
I told him that he needed to be on trial.
Why?
Because basically you robbing her because you know what she did was wrong and you got her going through this shit. You're going to basically send her to jail and you're going to take her money. When you seen all the evidence against her before she even seen it, you could have pulled her out of that right now and told her, listen, you need to chill out with this because they got all this shit.
I'm gonna get you some probation.
Like the shit they were showing me, I was asking people like, do her lawyer see this?
If someone hires an attorney and doesn't listen to them, then they're going to be damned and they're going to pay for it as well. The situation you're talking about is if someone is giving their client advice and the client's not taking it, usually what the attorney will do will ask for a recess, talk to the client. If the client persists on not taking advice, the attorney should make a motion to withdraw based on a total failure of communication or lack of communication.
She didn't do nothing for nobody to tell on her about nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let's make that clear. She wasn't up there for nothing criminal. Right. You know what I mean? She was up there for lying. You know what I mean? She said she didn't know somebody that we all knew. And the feds had everything to prove it. They had pictures, they had phone taps, they had the whole camcorder thing from the whole incident that went down.
Music videos.
And like he said, when it comes to the feds, that's why Beans is in jail right now. They don't play no games, you know what I'm saying? And Shorty felt like she could take them up and challenge them, and it don't go down like that, dog.
Yeah, man.
And she got caught up in something. She got caught up in a situation, and she wasn't messing with us at that time. She could have subpoenaed us as well as the feds subpoenaed us. You know what I mean?
And you don't want to see nobody go to jail, man. I don't wish death, jail, or hate on nobody, man. Nobody in my team, man. It's all love. Like, we just try to keep it like how B.I. taught us and do it for the family, man. And I guess Shorty ain't even on that route right now, because if she was on our team, she wouldn't even have a case.
I don't know what Kim's criminal record is, or if she ever been in a situation, if she
Never.
even has one, or if she ever been in a situation like this. But you know what it is, street etiquette, you know, code of the block, or whatever you want to call it. In her mind, it seems like she probably feel like she protecting D-Rock, and she got it in some way.
Nah, she wasn't at all. She was doing that shit to be stubborn because all the shit we was going through at the moment, you know what I mean? She was doing that shit to be stubborn and just to be, like, just to be mean. Like, these motherfuckers really give a fuck if you really don't fuck with us or not. Your thing was you needed to be fucking with us, then you wouldn't be in jail.
You guys, like, let's go backwards. You know, I'm gonna just tell you what it looks like. You know, public opinion.
Yeah.
All right. Lil Kim, after Biggie's death, it seemed like Lil Kim was carrying the Mafia. Her name had the marquee value. You know, she was the reason, you know, mostly, not to take anything away from you, but public perception, she's the reason why revenue's coming in.
Yeah.
She was supporting you guys, putting money in your pocket, you know, creating avenues for opportunity, and that she got tired of it and said she want to go do her separate thing.
When she was going broke, so-called going broke, and we was spending all her money, that was her. She was going to Gucci, spending $17,000. Going overseas, spending $20,000 in the store. And all you was doing was buying motherfucking sneakers and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You and Rock was paying y'all part of the bills. One was paying the phones and one was paying the utilities. So, you know what I'm saying? As far as you doing everything for motherfuckers, dudes took care of themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt.
She didn't give me nothing. You know what I'm saying?
You was still on the block. You was still in the hood.
I was still in the hood, you know, working with them things, you know what I mean?
Y'all didn't step up to, you know, either help her, give her the information to say the right thing, ride for her.
She didn't want that, dog. You know what I mean? All of us tried that. You know what I mean? I tried to call her a bunch of times. Man.
You did try to call her?
I tried to call her a bunch of times. You can ask Jamel Jackson that worked there. Ask Gene Nelson. I used to see these people still in the neighborhood. They used to still come around like, see, the way she put it out there, it wasn't a big situation like that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you family with somebody, like say for instance me and you family and we've been around each other for years, though, like we didn't grew up together. An argument ain't that serious with us. Sometimes, you know, like if I knew you for 13 years, you mean to say every day we had was just cool. Like we never had a disagreement of nothing. You know what I mean? It's times we gonna argue like brothers and sisters. I argue with my sister, I'm like, fuck you, bitch. And da 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 da. You know what I mean? Next day I come, yo, I apologize, I was acting crazy, they apologize, it's over, it's over. She went out there and put it out there the wrong way, like it was just this big situation. It wasn't nothing like that. I was still speaking to people that was around her. She was still speaking to people that was around me. Kim was just being stubborn, and she was being the boss because none of these people loved her enough to even tell her about herself. So she liked it. She liked it that nobody's around there checking her, saying, "Yo, Kim, that's not the way to go. Yo, Kim, don't say that." Everybody sitting around being yes men and yes women, like, yo, do what you do. Yeah, go fuck your nose up some more. You know, do shit like that.
Well, give me an example. I mean, Kim obviously went through a lot of changes.
Yeah.
You know, physical appearance, on her. And she went off on her own, did her solo thing, and you know, surrounded herself with new people. What kind of did you ever step up? You know, prior to all that.
Plenty
give
of
me
times,
an example
dog.
of a time.
I mean, I just wouldn't go talk to her and tell her that shit is not needed. It's times when she'll come, we all be in the crib chilling. She'll come downstairs and go, "Hey, y'all, what y'all think if I get my nose done?" Before the whole shit even come out, once nose, niggas is like, yo, no, what the fuck is wrong with you? Don't play yourself at all. And she'll sit there and go, oh, okay, y'all think? No, leave it alone. That's not popping. And she'll go, all right, cool. She'll tell us, yo, I'm going out of town with my homegirl real quick. You know what I mean? I'm going to go out there and chill with her for the weekend. Be like, you know, maybe she want to get away. None of us like, yo, you want me to go? We like, nah, you be good? She like, yeah, I'm straight. All right, go out there, have a good time with your peoples. She'll call us back like, yo, come pick me up. I'll be at the airport tomorrow, da-da-da. We go pick her up. She come back, bands the fuck up. She already had a boob job. She went and got another one. Come back, face all shit like somebody went out there and fucked up. So we looking like, yo, what the fuck done happened to you? What you did? She went out there and did that shit on her own. And that's something that no matter what we go through, what we been through, I do respect that about her. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't always the right decision she make, but Kim is going to do what Kim want to do. 100 people could be telling Kim, don't go that way. She'll sit there and bluff you and go, I ain't gonna go that way as soon as we all leave. She'll go right in there. And then when it's all over, she'll tell you that's what I wanted to do. I felt that was right. And I don't knock that. I go, you know what? I respect that. You know, but everybody don't make the right decisions. And that's as far as how this case went. When everybody was trying to get at her and try to talk to her and try to help out with this, Kim did what she wanted to do.
So Kim never returned your call?
Never returned.
All right.
She could tell you that. She could tell you she got messages with me on her phone.
Hey, yo, check this out, right? This is a part to blowing a blunt clap. You know, niggas are laughing shit and think a nigga bumming because he smoke a lot of shit, but it's a true art to the blunt clap. You know what I mean?
Yo, what up, what up? It's Kurt Blow in the building, 30 years in the game. Lil Cease, what's up, baby? Alright, Junior Mafia, holla, your boy, baby. Yeah, praise God, all that.
It's gonna be serious. None of that bullshit you've been hearing from these other rappers. These other rappers ain't shit. These are some real niggas. Biggie's back in these niggas. So make sure you cop that shit. Especially if it's Who Kid and Junior Mafia. It's on.
Faggot ass niggas fall back, man. And recognize real niggas when you see real niggas and know what the fuck is going on, man. It's a real nigga movement, man. Either move with it or move out the fucking way, man. We ain't playing with this shit, man. C's, what up, man? Understand what I'm saying? Y'all niggas know what it is, man.
We behind the scenes at the Hip Hop Honor Awards in New York. Big Snoop Dogg, I seen my nephew Cezalino out there. I had to have him come back to my green room, because, you know, I got a green room everywhere I go. So I can bless him, you know what I'm saying? Because this is how we get out. It's all love, you know what I'm saying? From the BK all the way to the LB Sizzle. This is how we do it in a real way. With or without the camera, but I'm glad the camera's here to capture this real shit.
Okay, you testified that, yeah, D-Rock was there.
Yeah.
And that C Gutter was there. But you said you never seen
nobody with a
pull
pistol.
A gun. Okay, first part. Have you talked to D-Rock and C Gutter?
Oh yeah. Rock just wrote me like 2 weeks ago.
What does he feel about everything that's going on? Because it's because of their actions that y'all in the shit you in right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did he feel about Kim's testimony and your testimony?
I mean, he felt the same way we feel. Like, you know, like, dog, at the end of the day, it's fucked up what she going through, you know what I mean? Nobody was jail on nobody. But I ain't gonna sit here and give this little sympathy trip like she bumped up on something. That was her wrongdoing. She put herself in that case. So he feel like I feel. He looking at her like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with her stupid ass? Like, why would she even take this to trial? I'm the shooter, and I'm not even taking it to trial. So why are you taking this to trial? Instead of you just saying, cop onto this case and I made a mistake, I lied about something, and go get probation or go get house arrest because you don't have no records, you don't have a felony. You know what I mean? Like, think about out of 20 years, she only got a year. So imagine she would have copped out to the case and not have 20 years. She'd have still been home right now, chilling, not worried about nothing. So he looking at her like, yo, why would you take a type of case like this to trial? Niggas don't take cases to trial. And if you was going to be a gangster about it, or be this real rider and stick to the code, you shouldn't have responded to a subpoena in the first place. So why'd you go set yourself up to get up there and say something to get you caught up in this? Instead, you might have been around and said, yo, I ain't saying nothing to nobody, I'm not talking, they're going to have to take me to jail. You shouldn't have talked, period. So now you talked yourself into some bullshit. So how real was that? You went there to see these people and they asked you something and you got caught lying? That's real?
What if you had said nothing? Could you plead the fifth and not even cooperate with the feds and said nothing and it wouldn't have contradicted what Kim said?
Nah.
Why not?
I went to jail. I went to jail because they had enough shit on everybody. Like, these people were smart, dog. It ain't like you're dealing with state. You're dealing with the feds. That's U.S. government. Got more money than the state.
They have the money, and they can write unlimited checks, and they will, to prove a point.
Got enough power to pull any moves they want. They're going to come get you whenever they fucking want to, whenever they feel like it. I want to interrogate this motherfucker. They pull up at your crib, knock on your door 12 o'clock at night, cuff you up, and take you down to the station.
But if you don't collaborate with the case they're trying to build, and Kim is saying, dude wasn't even there, what case would they have?
They wouldn't have none. See, my thing was, I wasn't going to make a dumb move like that. Like, I speak to the niggas, they see, in the beginning, nobody was trying to get charged but D-Rock and Gutter. That's who they wanted. That's why they subpoenaed all of us, because we was witnesses. We was there at the shooting. So they going to ask us certain questions about this thing. I said at the end of the day, that's not nothing. That's not, you know, I'm not going to jail or nothing. They're not threatening me for the jail. You know what? Let me go see what they're talking about. You know, like, ain't gonna make no sense to sit there and just go to jail for nothing. Just like to sit here like, yo, fuck it.
If you had went, they would have put you in jail?
If I wouldn't have responded to that subpoena, yeah, they came and got me and put me in jail. The subpoena is to come to court. If you don't come, they serve you the papers in your hand. Like, here, subpoena. So now you know you got that in your hand, so there's no excuse. If you don't come, you go to jail. You come, and we'll see what's up. First thing I did, I went, got me a paid lawyer. Then me and my lawyer went down there, And now I get to see the questions they're going to ask me, this and that, with my lawyer there. So my lawyer tell me, look, you can answer that, don't answer that. They ask you that, don't answer that. Because when you go in there and you give a testimony in front of grand jury, you're under oath. And nobody will go in there with you. Your lawyer, your best friend, your mama, your father. Nobody go in there with you. So your lawyer be like, yo, remember them questions that they asked you? And they look, answer this one, answer that one, don't answer that one. Say no comment to that, no comment to that. Answer that one, answer that one. And you in there, you under oath, and you by yourself, just you, the prosecutors, and the grand jury. And they sit there, dog, and they ask you shit. They can ask you one question and turn that shit around 10 different ways.
When they go after you and when they narrow the issue down, they know exactly what they want to hear. And they will corner you and talk to you in a manner that will seem like it's repetitious. And it is repetitious, but they're steering you. They're steering you into a corner. And you have to always make sure your answer is consistent. Most people just answer, knee-jerk reaction. Knee-jerk reaction gets you in trouble.
Stay talking shit until niggas come and kill me. Die for my money, guns and cracks. All my BK niggas running in packs. Nuns with max, shoot till your lungs collapse. Niggas ain't sounding right since March 9th. Now I gotta send my sharks out to bite. We coming to fight. All y'all niggas doing scratch, kick, and bite. While I'm sitting home playing, burning weed in the pipe. With a badass bitch who be treating me right. Show me the little things that I needed in life. That'll get me over in the heat of the night. Nowadays, niggas know what's posted with the mostest. Caesar Lee, nigga, get more head than coaches. Next to run the coast shit. When I spit like explosives, leave niggas comatose. Used to tow guns with the hanger holster. When I hit the light, niggas scatter like roaches. My guns bust, got more Tims than Otis. Eddie Kane, Blue, without roughing, niggas ain't nothing. Bitches call me Howard cause I stay at home coming. 100 miles of running, nigga with an attitude, stay dumbing. Caesar Lee, nigga, yeah. Guess who was at? When I'm macking the clip, I'm strapped and I'm ready to flip. I freestyle with a bottle fit.
What went wrong though? I mean, what do you think? What would you credit it to, from your perspective? Because I mean, all fairness due, Kim is in here to defend herself, no matter what we say. You know, but what, in your opinion, do you think went wrong?
I mean, I was there. It ain't nothing. And then at the end of the day, I can make this clear. I still love that girl like a sister, dog. Ain't nothing changed. And she really put me in a fire. But you know what? I never went out there and bashed Kim no wrong way. I went protecting myself from that. But we the only ones that can do that. I can say anything about Kim. She can say anything about me. It won't hurt me. I can do that. We have that relationship. We've been through that. You know what I mean? For years. But Kim fucked up because this business, this music business, just for that extra dollar, man, some people will go to length. And it's like some people got discipline. You know what I mean? Like, you're a real motherfucker. Certain things you just won't do.
What do you plan to do to... Cause, and this has nothing even to do with it. This is bigger than you and Kim. This question. Because you're dealing with a globe of people who love Biggie. A lot of motherfuckers are mad at y'all right now. You and Kim. Like, what y'all doing, man? Really? Did it need to go this far? Y'all might fuck up this dude's legacy. You might tarnish his, you know, what he built. What do you plan to do, like, to make sure that doesn't happen? I mean, or is it something you can do beyond this point?
I mean, sometimes I'll be sitting back. Sometimes it look like it ain't nothing you can do. Then I can't see it no way. The only thing how I look at it is the only way I can see it even being close to keeping it alive is if we was all together. And not just me and Kim. If it was me, Kim, Puff. This is when he left. That's what it was. He not here now. None of that's there. Kim don't talk to Puff. I wasn't talking to Puff. I just seen Puff yesterday for the first time in years myself.
How did that? What happened? Did you guys communicate? How did
go? We talked and we kicked it. It was like at the end of the day, dog, what we go through, it's never that serious. If you my man, I consider you as family and as brother, what more are we going to sit here and keep fussing and fighting about? The only reason I'm going to keep going at you like that, unless I really want to see you dead. Then what else we fighting for? You know what, son? I said this, I apologize. You said that, you apologize, yo. Let's sit here and do what's right. We're supposed to be a
Puff, how Puff feel about the first Chronicles DVD?
Oh, he was mad.
Because you said a lot of stuff about Puff.
Yeah, he was mad.
Like, you know, you said he abandoned y'all, he did this. I mean, what did he say to you?
But you know what? I'm going to tell you something about people. People never mad at the truth if it's coming out the right person's mouth. Now, you may be mad if somebody sitting there putting out a bunch of false shit about you. You go out to somebody saying you gay, you going to be mad because you're like, no, I ain't fucking gay. You know what I'm saying? But real shit coming from a real person, you'll go, you know what? I can't knock that. No, he said the truth. He was looking at it like, you know, maybe me explaining it to him yesterday after I spoke to him, he got a different side of it. Now he know how I feel. I never got that chance in them days to really sit down and talk to him like a brother, like your dog. Can I please just get a half an hour without, can you turn your phone off so nobody don't come in? Can I talk to you? I never got that time out of him, and that was my way of talking to him. He respected that coming out of my mouth, and he told me why he ain't do certain shit for me, because I ain't want to work, I ain't want to do this and that, and I respected that. He was just mad that it had to go that way. But I was man enough to sit there and say, you know what? Even though I felt like what I did was right, I still apologize. Well, I gotta apologize to everybody I do something to, but that's been my nigga. I done went through shit with him. I done been through a whirlwind of shit with him. He was out there together with me and when Big got killed. So it's like, I do have a certain bond with this motherfucker. So I was like, you know what? I'll be the bigger man. You know what I mean? I fouled out, did something wrong. You know what? I apologize. I already did the same for Kim. You know what I mean? Like, but it's just that, man, the girl she got ways about it, man, that certain people just can't fix. And it's fucked up to say, man, but where I'm from, some people be like, yo, you know what? For you to get away, somebody need to go to jail and be by themselves where they can think by themselves and not have nobody in your ear. And when you look back, I bet when she sit there, she'll really have a reality check to look and go, look what the fuck I did to myself. She really can't blame nobody for that, but she's looking for an outlet she's looking at somebody to blame it on what she did wrong. And we the ones for it.
What you want to say to the people that think you snitched on her and told on her?
Honestly, it's like straight, fuck them. Kiss my ass. That's how I feel. Because once I proved to you I didn't, then what did it be? Now you go be my friend again, and now you want to try to help me? At the end of the day, if you my nigga and you know me, come on, dog. How much shit I been through, nigga? Nigga, look at paperwork. My promotion been newspapers. Even before the snitching shit, nigga, we was putting in the work. Shit was going down. So I'm looking at niggas like, yo, y'all never heard a whisper come out of Kim's mouth. But you always heard about me going to jail, Rock going to jail, Gutter going to jail, Banger going to jail, all this shit. You think we was all just going to jail for us? That wasn't my wrong doing out there. But I was out there putting in work and told on their person. I was around none of that. And here you go second guess before a person. You don't have no proof of doing nothing in reality as far as getting down and grinding a day in her life. Queens don't do that, and that's how we treated her. She ain't had to go out there and do none of that shit. We was putting in all that work, doing all that shit. It was Rock, it was Gutter that was out there blazing, not Kim or me. But then you sit here, you try to torture niggas' names like that everybody fed off. It was niggas, fuck, I'm reading shit on the computer with Cam sitting there dissing me, other nigga Graf, this nigga Maine, all these niggas talking about me now, taking cheap shots at me like a nigga don't get busy. At the end of the day, if I sit there and really go, you know what, I don't give a fuck about this shit no more, fuck rap, fuck this and that, niggas that have problems. We have a problem shooting up in front of the radio station 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday. Not Kim. Niggas. Niggas that don't have no money, niggas that got felonies, niggas that really don't have no life. We out there doing that for her to make sure she's safe, make sure she's good, make sure motherfuckers respecting her. That's why she got the reputation she have now, not because of her, because the niggas that was around you. Niggas was putting in work. That's why Gutter doing 12 years in jail. Now, he didn't have no beef with Capone. He had no beef with nobody. But he went out there, he blazed his toolie to make sure that person to be safe, that person's reputation to stay up. Any drama we had, we addressed it. We handled it the best way we thought we could. You know what I mean? I could sit here and be honest and say I never got shot, stabbed, nothing. And I could say that. Motherfuckers be on smack with their pistols, showing all their wounds and all that. Never got shot, never got stabbed, never got robbed a day in my life for near a bit of my jewelry. And you sit here and think before, I would send this girl away for some bullshit, like, she ain't do nothing. Even if it was a way where it was a choice, I would have went to jail before she, but it was out of my hands once she lied. That people don't understand that. She lied. Ain't nobody, you can't go in there and say, yo, you know what? I lied. They like, nigga, no, I got her on tape. She did this. So she's going to have to handle her situation.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's Lil Cease. So I don't know what y'all got twisted out there. Anybody that has something to say about it, you know what I mean? I don't give a fuck about none of that shit no more, you know what I'm saying? But look out, you know, y'all niggas seen the whole story. This my shit right here. Look out for movie roles, look out for all that shit, man. It is what it is, man. It's Brooklyn all day, hard body. Rest in peace to my nigga B.I.G. Shout out to my nigga LG, C Gutter, D-Rock, all my niggas locked up doing hard body time, you know what I mean?
It's big forever.
You know we out here holding it down, you know what I'm saying?
Brooklyn stand up. And Nalo Dula was good.
And you know what? I want to thank Kim. I want to thank Lil Kim for even making this shit happen. And anybody else that said my name, See, I already know how it's going down. I ain't got no more to say to y'all niggas, man.
Right here, head back to the crib. Yeah, nigga. We back.
For everybody that's saying my man Cease is a rap, man, before you start saying niggas is raps, do an investigation. Don't go up with them crackers is saying, first of all. You know what I'm saying?
When you in it.
Don't go up with them crackers is saying, and just do your homework. Then go to the round table with you and your niggas or whatever, and then y'all get to the bottom of the situation. If niggas copped out to what they did, ain't no such thing as nigga being a rap, man.
Hey, yo.
And you can't rap on perjury. How can you rap? Exactly. There ain't no such thing as rapping on perjury. And I know all about the law. I just came home from doing 90 motherfucking months.
Exactly.
Cake Saki for real. From Cake Saki to Cake Saki, man.
Stop you from walking, shoot you in the mouth.
I'm gonna show y'all something real quick on this camera. This is what we call a rocket launcher. You know that shit they doing over in Iraq? They launching rockets. I'm finna launch one over here in New York right now. Allah Akbar.
You know, that's right. What's up? Wire HBO. That's what's happening. Junior Mafia in the house representing. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
One love, baby.
All right. Have my bullets come in sets 2, 4, 6, and 8. 10, 12, 14, 16 in the clip. Empty it out and send a nigga deeper than 6. Get out the corner. Nigga looking for you for a shot. You in the corner sleeping. Get your ass up. Tired, boss. Boss, he say he tired.
Like that. Boss, he said he can't work that down.
Boss, he say he tired. Who got his shoes off and everything? New York say he tired, boss. I ain't nice like boss. I'll get one of you New York cities. Tired, dude.
You didn't even know I was back there, right?
And I'm shaking the snitches. That's telling all your business. Had affairs up in your spotlight. We got the witness.
Niggas know what it is. Your boy Blue Da Vinci checking in at BMF Entertainment. Real gangster shit, nigga. I'm up top right now, man. Enjoying myself. Fucking with niggas, you know. That's what I do, man. You know, these are the chronicles of real niggas. I'm one of the niggas that you might not see around in a little while. And it ain't because of no bullshit either.
Hey, what's up, world? This is your boy Sway. Welcome to the DVD, so Junior Mafia DD. Hey, what's up, world? This is your boy Sway. You know we do from TV to radio. Big up to the world famous Wake Up Show. My man King Tech, my man Chino Excel. That was good. We're gonna put out a blooper DVD. All right.
There's a part to blowing a blunt clap. You know?
Cake like this is the cake I mix. I had you broken singing days like this. I'm in the 745 rims 8x6. Now every girl in the town wanna taste my chocolate haze. 2 pulls it tastes like Twix. Nigga with cancer and AIDS said I ain't that sick. Then that young kid from Patterson, savage in every track he hits. Spit crack, turn it to coke and back to crack again.
This is real niggas talking, this is real life footage, and this what it is. So when you hear the radio or you pick up a magazine, sometimes niggas put their own words. This is self-explanatory. You can pop this DVD in unless you still got a VCR, you broke ass niggas.
Low lately is the Mafia, baby.
A commission, you asked for permission to hit him. He don't like me, hitting him while wifey was with him.
Yeah, you heard of us, the murderers, most shady. But on the low lately is the Mafia, baby.